How's it going? So, quick prediction for this weekend. Um, Chris Eubank Jr. versus Liam Smith. It's a fight I'm really looking forward to. It's two guys that are going to come to fight. Um, Liam Smith in particular. He's not a guy that gets in there and runs and just tries to box and all that. He comes forward with a high guard and looks to make the fight. Chris Eubank Jr. on the other hand, he used to be sort of an all-action fighter, throwing a lot of punches and a very brutal fighter. Under Roy Jones, he sort of changed his style a bit to be more of a counter puncher. But he can still let combinations go at speed, and he's still vicious at times with his approach. So I expect this to be a good battle. Liam Smith is going to come forward, high guard. I think for a few rounds, Eubank is going to just try to catch him as he did to Liam Williams, right? He let Liam Williams come forward. He caught him with check hooks and jabs and actually dropped him with a jab. But for whatever reason, he didn't look to finish Williams in that fight. So the question is it going to be the same here? Is he going to just, play it safe and counter Smith to try to, win comfortably over 12 rounds? Or is he actually going to go for the knockout? I hope he does go for the knockout. That would be a very entertaining fight if Eubank is going for the knockout. Smith is naturally aggressive anyway. Chris Eubank Jr. can choose how to play this fight. Either he's going to be defensive and look for counter punching opportunities and let the fight go 12 rounds, or he's going to be aggressive and actually look for the knockout. I think he'll approach the fight cautiously early. He'll look to counter Smith early and hurt him to sort of get the momentum, or to take the momentum away from Smith. You know what I mean? Like, Smith is going to come out early, just come forward, hands up. Eubank, I think, will look to catch him, look to counter him, to stop that momentum that he has. And then later in the fight, maybe from the mid-rounds, I think Eubank will actually look for the stoppage. And my prediction is that he will get it. Eubank is very good against guys that come to fight. His 2 losses on his record, one to Billy Joe, one to George Groves. Both those guys can box, and both of them have a very good long jab. This isn't the case with Liam Smith. If you think of similar opponents to Smith, like Yildirim, alright, a guy that keeps his hands up, comes forward looking to bang. Chris stopped him in 2 rounds. Liam Williams came forward. Chris Eubank just dominated the fight. Spike O'Sullivan, again, another guy, just comes forward, hands up. Eubank picked them apart and stopped them in the mid-rounds. So these guys that just come forward really suits Chris, because Chris isn't the best boxer, which is why he lost to the likes of Billy Joe and George Groves. He was just outclassed, outboxed. But when you stand in front of him and you give him a chance to let his hands go, he's very, very good at letting combinations go and picking his shots well. You know, he can throw a good hook, a great uppercut, and he puts a lot of punches together. You know, that's his forte, throwing a lot of punches. He doesn't hit the hardest, but he hits hard enough to hurt you, and he's just repetitive. So for that reason, I think that Liam Smith, is just, he's sort of going to be a sitting duck in there at times, hands up, right in front of Chris Eubank Jr., and he's going to get pieced up. So that's the way I see the fight. I think it will be a good fight while it lasts. And I'm not saying it can't go 12, of course it can. Liam Smith is not a guy that gets stopped. He's only been stopped once in his career, and that was to Canelo. Okay, he went down with a body shot in the 9th round. So yeah, he's not a guy that gets stopped often. But I just think style-wise, he's tailor-made for Eubank. You know, he's going to be there, hands up, right in front of him, and that's a dangerous thing against Eubank Jr. All right, that's the way I see it. Let me know what you think.